To create groups in your course, you will need to go to the gear icon in your Moodle course and click on the More. Then navigate to the Users tab, and under Users, you will find Groups. Groups can be used. Instructors can use groups and groupings in Moodle to allow students. Instructors can use groups and groupings in Moodle for group assignments, to create smaller group discussion boards, or to provide activities to just one group versus another, such as when combining sections. To get started, we will look at groupings. Groupings are the groupings of groups. Groupings are your larger, overarching hierarchy for all of the groups in your course. This means that I can create one grouping for a group assignment and then have a different grouping with a different set of groups for my forum activity. If you were only going to use one set of groups in your course, you do not need to use groupings. To create a grouping, you will need to add your grouping name. So for instance, this is going to be my example forum grouping. That is the only thing that is required to create a grouping. I'm going to save these changes, and then I will be going back to my Groups tab. Under my Groups tab, I will be selecting Create Group. This is the manual way to create groups. If I wanted to call this the Group A, I could. I could also call this Section 001. Once I have created my group, I can then add or remove users from that group. When I click Add or Remove Users, I then am able to see all of the users in my group. If I would like to select Chris, Jesse, and Yeeling to be in this group, I select the student and then click the Add button. When I go back to Groups, I then will see that those 3 students are in the group that I created. If I wanted to, I could auto-create groups, which would allow me to randomly create groups with all of the participants in my course that have the student role. It would allow for a naming scheme to be automatically be Group A, B, C, or Group 1, 2, 3. And then I could auto-create based on number of groups or how many members I wanted per group. Once I have my groups created and I go back to my grouping, I then can add the groups that belong in my grouping. To add groups to my grouping, I will click on the icon of the person, which says Show Groups in Grouping. Then I will be able to select my groups and add them to my grouping. Then when I go back to my grouping, I'll be able to see the groups that I have selected. Now that I have my groups in my grouping, I can now apply that grouping to an assignment, an activity, or a resource in my course. When I go back to my course, I'm going to turn editing on, and then add an activity or a resource. In this case, I'm going to add a forum, and I'll call this my example forum. Then, when I go down to Common Module Settings, you'll notice that it asks me if I'm using group mode. Assignments, forums, and different activities have different types of group modes. In this case, we have separate versus visible groups. Separate groups in forums allow for students to only see their group. Visible groups mean that you can see every forum post from other groups as well. If I select separate groups, I then will have grouping, where I can select my example forum grouping that I created earlier. When I save and display this forum, I will then see that my different groups are available to view for the forum so that I can view each forum separately by group. Remember, groups can also be applied as restrictions to content as well as for group assignments so that students only have to submit one assignment per group member. For more information about groups and how to apply them to your course, please contact LearnTech.